Hey guys, it's Sean Zane, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 31 on the year. I am again on this rampage to provide as much value as possible to my community. So, yes, it's only 15, 20 minutes. I know it's your lunchtime. You're probably having your sandwich, your soup, your salad, whatever the heck you're eating. But you also want to provide and learn. I'm hoping that you're continuing to focus on your personal development, growth, and business. And if there's things that we talk about in our conversation, please drop a comment below so we can engage with you. We can all grow. A couple important things going forward. We love for you to hit that love button. We love for you to hit the wow button. But we really love it if you make comments, you engage, you drop hashtag live if you're watching on the live, hashtag replay on the replay, and any questions, just drop them in the comments. And the last thing we'd love for all of you to do is share this live. The more people that we can touch, the more people we can get in front of, we can help. And that's what business is all about, especially this time. So I want to bring on Pedro Teixeira. Hey, what's
Hey
going on,
everybody.
Pedro? How are you?
I'm excited to be here. I've been a fan of the show. I've been watching like we talked about, and I'm really excited to be here and to hopefully provide a lot of value to any of those that are looking for it.
Oh man, everybody has something to say. Everyone has something in their mind. Some people are afraid to just share that information. And that's what I've found that I've been able to draw that out of some people and all, if not all. And we just have a great conversation and people learn things from us. And I
For
always
sure.
say, don't just listen to what we say, try to implement. It worked for us. It has to work for you. And if it doesn't, at least you tried. But I love action takers. So don't just sit here and listen to us for 20, minutes and not do anything from it. We're all about providing value. So Pedro, can you introduce, give us a little introduction of who you are and what you're about?
Absolutely. So again, my name is Pedro. I represent QualityCreditRepair.com. We've been a consumer advocate in the credit sector for quite some time. We have over 20 years of experience, which is great. This is pretty much my lifelong industry, only sharing one other prior to this one. So this is something that I'm very passionate about. It's not just something that I have to do for a living. Actually, it's pretty exciting because I mean, you think about it, right? It's kind of like a doctor. You're the insurance doctor. I guess you could consider me the credit doctor in a way, because someone comes in and they have to get diagnosed, just like a doctor, obviously. And then we give them a plan of action, or we help them perform what they need to, so that in the end, they're financially healthy, per se. So once they're financially healthy, then obviously they can go on and move on with their lives, do whatever it is that they want to do. Well, buy a car, a house, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. An investment, it doesn't matter. Even equipment for their office, whatever the case is, but that's basically what I do. So credit professional for 21 years.
No, and credit is everything. They always say cash is king, but yes, I agree with that term. But also, credit is extremely important for those out there. You need to have good scores, if not
Yes,
great scores, to get everything. Even
that's correct.
auto insurance. You can even go and get your apartment if you are renting an apartment. All have factors on your credit. So the better that you can improve that, your situation gets better. You're going to get
That's correct.
better pricing and everything else. So that's so
Hmm.
key. And I appreciate you taking some time. And again, guys, we're not going to talk about just credit repair. We're going to talk about everything about life.
Absolutely.
How, and we're going through a tough time right now. We're all hunkered down. We're all at home. Nobody's at their jobs. A lot of people the essential workers are out there, but we're all
Sure.
trying to make do and change what we're doing daily. How
Hmm.
have you had to change as far as your habits? What is a day in the life of Pedro? Do you get up like at noon and then you get on the phone for a little bit and maybe go to the gym and then you're up, at 6 o'clock, you call it quits? Or do you have like a regimented schedule that you had before and then you kind of change it up for now? Can you tell us about your daily schedule currently?
Absolutely. Well, quite frankly, I haven't let off the reins at all, because believe it or not, um, there are more people that are calling with questions now than even before. I mean, it's obviously business has changed. There's more concern out there. So my phone starts ringing right away, 8:30 in the morning, and and I'm up. I mean, I'm up. I make my coffee. Pretty much the schedule is the same. The only difference is I don't go to the gym in the morning. you know, so obviously that's not allowed. But you know, I try to do some stretching. I wake up, I have my coffee, you know. For those of
Gotta
my
have
friends
coffee.
that know me on Facebook, I post my coffee almost every day, and I get tons of compliments and people telling me when's the drive-through open. They want to swing by my house so they can get some coffee. But certainly it's changed. We're working from home. I'm working from home, but luckily through technology, I'm literally able to do everything, if not more. You
Hmm.
know, realistically, the only thing that I'm missing in my life is my commute to work. Because besides that, I'm working, I'm taking calls, I'm answering emails, and you know, and everything that needs to be done so that you and I, can be responsible professionals and attend to those that obviously are in other fields. You know, we need to make sure that we respect what everybody does for a living, and we can answer their questions and be there for them when they have questions. Am I right?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. It's something that it's the value that you have to provide, and being there for your clients, being there for your prospects is so key. And we have a bunch of you jumping on. And again, drop hashtag live if you're watching us right now. Drop a comment, drop any questions you might have. If you have a business that we could help you promote, drop it in the comments below. Let's try
Mhm.
to engage. And if you have questions, we probably have the answers. We've been doing this for a long time. Now,
Correct.
you went, and I'm sure we talked about Zoom calls are popular today, and that's the way of basically networking and picking up the phone. What other ways are you kind of changing your business currently?
Well, I'll tell you what, we've always done a lot of social media advertisement. But obviously, this is probably the biggest avenue to connect with clients, friends, referral sources, partners, whatever the case is. um, because everybody's pretty much you know, going viral. So I mean, that's really the way. I've been connecting with Google a lot. I've been making sure that they know that we are still open. Obviously, you know, those are things that you need to let them know, that you're still open, and you know, posting up a lot of great results. A lot of clients getting, you know, reaching their goals, getting a lot of things eliminated from their report, and you know, them continuing with their lives. Definitely. What about you?
No, it's definitely something that you have to. I changed. I've been on this big health kick. That's a huge thing because
Mhm.
before, my daughter, over the last year, May 10th last year, my daughter had a liver transplant. And it was my wife and I focused focused on my daughter, and we weren't really taking care of our physically our health. So I gained
Sure.
some weight, and I'm all about making sure I was active. I was a top baseball player when I was in high school and college, and I know how active I was, and I'm like, damn, I need to get back into it. Well, I started, and I've been doing these 10 rounds. It's a boxing program from Beachbody. Holy crap. Like, it's just been insane. I wake up, get a good workout in, and afterwards, your heart rate's up, you're sweating, you just push yourself through with all different punches, and I just
Wow.
feel so much better throughout my day. Then I get on my phone. People are like, "Wow, you're amped up." I'm like, "There's a reason why I'm passionate about what
Sure.
I do anyway." But this just puts you to a different level because you're focused on different things. I enjoy, and I've been changing. I love it seeing my daughter, being around her more. It's been really awesome. I'm hanging out with her. I'm on a phone call. I'm doing Zoom calls, and she's in the background. I'm like, I always say, hey, I have my daughter, and she'll like walk by, get into the. She loves being in front of the camera, so why not? Get her involved as well because I like. Do you have kids, Pedro?
I do, but my son is grown, believe it or not. He's going to be 20 in May. I can't believe it. It's incredible.
I mean, they watch us every single day. So whatever
Yeah,
we're doing, they watching. They're trying. We're basically their mentors. We're the
that's
first
correct.
mentors they're going to have. So I'm all about leaving a legacy, learn continue to personally develop because being 43 years old, I know I need to continue getting to a different level, and I
Yes.
want to meet new people, collaborate on different projects to continue to work and grow. That's a huge thing for me. And you were talking about social media marketing. How have you, and I saw your coffee posts and all that. How are you using video?
You know, believe it or not, the video, what I've been able to do, obviously, again, through social media, is I've been able to connect with certain questions, as you know, about the website, because you've seen
Hmm.
there's some videos there. And I've actually listed on there all of the major points. And it's a little bit further down. You'll see some questions there, and all the major points, everything that someone would ask is on there. They could click on it and they can be sent to a live video versus actually reading the content. But the content is also there.
Yep.
It's also there, but it's also it's in video, and it's pretty much everything. You know, what can I expect from credit repair? You know, who are the credit agencies, and just so on and so forth, just so that they understand exactly what's going on, you know, at all times. So, I mean, that's what I've been doing with video, and it's been very helpful. Obviously, I'm sure everybody by now in business has a YouTube channel. Am I right?
Oh yeah, you
Where
have
they
to
have
provide
posts.
it.
Yep,
Yeah, it's always
absolutely.
working. You know, why
Yep.
not just do one video on a certain topic and then put it
Mhm.
out there on social media or YouTube, and it's going to continue working for you. And
Yes.
that's what I found over the course of the last 3 years. I've done over 1,000 videos, and I know
Wow.
how powerful it has, you know, developed my business to the next level. You know, it created my personal brand, and it daily creates and generates free leads that what I've done. And I do all my Facebook lives. I'm up to over probably 100 plus Facebook lives in the last 2 years. So I got shut down last year. They got rid of it on Facebook.
What?
You used to be able to do it, you know, directly. And November, it was the last I did 54 last year, and they shut it down. They got rid of the option. So this
Wow.
is the workaround. So those that are watching, StreamYard is a phenomenal platform. I know a lot of people use Zoom, but I like the different angles and different. It looks like a TV show. That's why I enjoy this platform.
I think it's
And
great. Yeah, I like it a lot, and it's very clear. I mean,
yeah,
I feel like you're right next to me.
yeah, and it's different.
Mhm.
You can share the screen like Zoom, and it's just I think instead of all having all boxes, it helps promote more education. And
Mhm.
again, we can't meet people and actually, you know, shake hands. This is a
Not safely. Yes.
new thing now. So I
Yes.
enjoy it. It's something that I know is very important. I'm sure you're all about building relationships because that's what I'm all about. I have to
That's
have
correct.
relationships with real estate agents, mortgage professionals, attorneys,
That's
financial
correct.
advisors.
Mhm.
I'm sure your big one could be a mortgage professional because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are gonna, you know, need some help. Maybe they're a renter, improve their credit score, and now they can
Yes.
buy a home for the first time. How awesome is that?
I'll tell you what, it's a life-changing occurrence for somebody. You know, it's a milestone. It's the biggest purchase somebody's going to make. I mean, all these things, you know, and I think everybody watching knows it is the biggest purchase. And let me tell you something, it's not going to be the first biggest purchase, because then after the first home, they're going to buy another one. And chances are it's going to be bigger and more
Yep.
expensive. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, I've actually referenced this a lot, and I've been quoted by saying that credit is like oxygen, right? um it's there, you don't see it, you know, you're breathing it in. You know, the only time that you really stop and think about it is when you need it, right? So if you're gasping for air, obviously you're thinking about it. When you go to apply for something, whatever it may be, even insurance,
Yep.
obviously that's when you think about it, you know. And you know, we have to be doing what we can prior to when we need something. Am I
Mm,
right?
yes.
So yes.
100%. 100%. I want to do
Mhm.
some shout outs. And you know, there's a lot of people watching us, just so you know, and I don't want to get you all nervous. But we
Oh
have
no, no,
Jonathan
not at all.
Paz, we got Antonio Fratellone, Mary, Rob Hennessy, Heather, Mark, Doug, Bria, Gina, Quinn, Matthew, Victoria, Guys,
Wow.
drop a comment. Again, we want engagement from you. And if you have
Yes.
questions about anything from either one of us, drop it in the comments. This is what makes it beneficial. I know
Correct.
you're all eating your lunch. You might be doing a couple things at one
Hmm.
time, but this is the time to, you know, help yourself grow.
Yes.
That's why we do
Yes.
this. So again, hit that love button, hit the wow button, hit that share button, because without sharing this, other people can't hear it. Don't keep us a secret. Keeping us a secret is not a good thing. We want to help as many people out there as possible. So I want to continue. And again, we talked a little bit about it, but personally developing yourself. Are you a book, or are you into video? Are you into podcasts? Are you into like events that you go, you know, face to face? How do you personally develop?
Well, there's a long, lengthy answer to this question. So we'll start at the top. Okay, so obviously before the pandemic, yes, I was a big networker. I was constantly doing teachings. I'd go to sales meetings at real estate offices, and I would educate realtors. I would help them tremendously because the information that I can provide them will guide them so that they don't make a mistake and tell a client something that they shouldn't. Because we have to be very careful. Like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this live stream, is that being like a doctor, being financially healthy is important. But if you get bad information from a doctor, you may make a mistake, right?
Hmm.
It's just pretty normal. So I tell realtors and also even mortgage professionals, because they know credit very well. I mean, they really do. But there's certain things that you just have to be careful with. Sometimes they can get you in trouble. So that was one of the main points that I would bring up in these sales meetings. Obviously, we haven't done a virtual sales meeting, but I'm sure that's just around the corner with everything that's going on.
Yep.
So yes, so that's first and foremost. Obviously, I've put myself out there on social media as well. So I've not just videos, but with factual credit data that's coming in. I've been posting that information on there so that people can see. And this is extremely important because I think you and I were talking about this just a little bit earlier. And we said, this show may be a show that's going to get a lot of attention because credit touches all of us, literally all of us. So getting back to your point, I have been reading a lot about what's going on in the government. Only because it's pertinent information for anyone that's listening here, watching this, and also for us. So when there's a client in need and they don't understand what's going on, like especially with deferments. I mean, you've heard this. This is a big thing now. Deferments, forbearances on mortgages, and other things. So we need to know, especially about the CARE Act. About the CARES Act? I mean, that's
Hmm.
out. So we
Yep.
need to read about that. We need to read about the government assistance program so that we can lead someone in the right direction. Now, I can't say that I'm a professional in that, but at least I can say, hey, here's the website. I've had it since March 31st, since it went live. And, here's the information to apply for the loans if you need loans or whatever the case is. So there actually has been a lot of reading. But prior to that, I'm big into my industry. So, I mean, if anybody knows the Fair Credit Reporting Act, it's like this, and it's not like a Bible. It's not like a regular size. It's like an encyclopedia. So it is very important for me to be up to date with what's going on there. But besides that, I do like to read, but I like to read about industries that are directly affected by credit, which is kind of interesting. Like I read a lot about the mortgage industry. I read a lot about real estate. I really read a lot about investment properties because these are the type of clients that I'm getting.
Yeah.
So if I can obtain enough knowledge to get on, let's say, an even playing field with somebody, then they know that I know what they're going through. Sometimes I know more than they know because I'm on this end. I'm on the financial end of it, and they're on the hands-on end of it. So, but yeah, I mean that's something that I'm digging very deeply into because of what's going on. And then obviously when I was back in my previous life, because this is a new life for all of us, I engaged in things that were about regular consumers and what's going on in their market, in their lives, and even insurance. Obviously I know a lot about insurance and life insurance and other things, but I know more of what's important to them so that they can get the best for themselves and their family, which is really important, when it comes to car insurance and
Yep.
scores, because there's different scores.
Oh
This,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
You have the insurance, you have the mortgage, you have the auto, there's different scores. And even home, for example, I believe that there's a special scoring if you've had maybe too many
Claims.
claims.
Yep.
Correct. So you see, if I'm not up to date as to what's going on in your industry, we can have a mature conversation, be on the same page,
Right.
especially when there's a client coming in, either from me to you, you to me, or so on and so forth. So yes, there is a lot of reading. I'm sorry that was a very elongated answer to that question, but yes, we have to be engaged fully in everybody's industry, because the more that we know, the more that we can help others benefit.
No, that's an awesome explanation, and it's something that I've been telling people. A lot of people go on social media and they just, share what is about them. But if you go and dive deep and learn about different industries, yes,
Yes.
you're going to be living on their platform or even higher, so you can actually be a resource. That's the
Hmm.
important thing. Being a resource and understanding how to help others, that's a huge thing. And dropping tips and tricks and helping them. Maybe I'm good at answering the phone and talking on the phone and prospecting. I always say you should be standing. Stand. You have more energy. The passion comes through. Sitting down, it gets you. Oh, and then you had that bad phone call. What do you do to get to the next call? I smile and
Self-motivation.
dial, man. Like I just keep it making it happen. It's to the point now in my business that my phone rings, so it's not a lot of prospecting or cold calling as I
Gotcha.
once did. But that's stuff you have to do in your past, and
Yes.
it's something that you put your time in. But personally develop, practicing your skills, practicing your scripts that you might have in conversations. And I'm not saying being a robot. Scripting meaning objections that you're going to get with your clients, knowing before they even say it, you know how to answer it. So it just comes out fluid, and it's basically you're just having a conversation, but it's already programmed. But everyone, no matter what you're involved in, have to put some time in, practice, etc. So I wanted to also have you teach and have others that are watching learn maybe a couple tips that they can utilize, because we talked about early on. I want them to listen to us, but I also want them to take action and implement.
Yes.
Is there anything that those that are watching and those on live, hashtag live, if you're on the replay, hashtag replay, that they can take away from, us today about credit?
Yes. Well, other than going to the simple basics, right? This is going to be another really long answer. But other than going to the simple basics, which is paying your bills on time. Okay. Obviously, I'm talking about credit cards, auto loans, mortgages. This is all very important because just one late payment can hurt you 60 to 80 points one time. And it takes really long to get up to that mountain where you're up there by 700, Because that's where everybody wants to be a 700. And then when they get to 700, they want to be an 800. Okay.
Right.
So you're climbing. We're all climbing to get to that mark. And then when we do, with just one late payment, it hurts you so much. And then it takes you time to get back up to that mark. Obviously, there's things that we can do to expedite it, but that's just on the basic end. But one thing that I do want to mention, and I kind of want to go into fast forward into the moment of time that we are today, is there is no time, and I hope that everybody listening is paying attention because this is valuable information. There is no time like a present to call your creditors. Let them know you're having a financial issue. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, from the top, and I'm not talking about the top of the company, I'm talking about our president all the way down. Okay. They're going to get assistance. Most of these companies are going to get assistance, and that can trickle down to you right now, the person that's watching this, which means that you can benefit from a forbearance right now. You can benefit from a deferment. Okay. But here's the key thing: make sure that whatever you agree on, you understand fully what you're committing to. And this is extremely important. And I'm telling you, honest to God, I'm telling you, make sure you understand. Don't just think because you heard what you wanted to hear that that program is the best program for you. Okay. So I don't want to get too crazy because, we can keep talking about this subject for a very long time, but it is so important. This is such a key pivotal time in everybody's life that's watching this right now. You have no idea. Your credit, if you're not paying attention, you're going to hurt yourself and you can lose your home 90 days from today.
Yep.
This is very important. 90 days from today, if you don't know what you've done with that forbearance program and you don't know how much money that you need to pay them in 4 months from now, you may be in a lot of trouble. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody, forget about the most major of subjects like mortgages. Call your credit card companies, call your utility companies, call your insurance companies. Call everybody. Let them know what your status is. If it's good and you can continue to pay, for example, in your industry, let them know there's no more commute. Maybe they can save a little bit of money now that they're home. Am I
Yep.
right? Is that kind of a thing now? Okay, so
There's
you're not
companies
commute.
giving money back for those that are for their auto
This is
insurance. Give them a
see, and
call. Yep.
now if I didn't read about your industry, I would know
Yep.
that.
So you're
but
valuable.
but what's important is, and I don't want someone to just watch this video and skip it. What's important is call these people because they are, in no other time, they're willing to help you right now when they weren't before. Am I right? I mean,
Yep.
this in another field, So right now, your creditors, your utility companies, just call everybody. If you can stockpile a little bit of money for an emergency during this time where you're at home, where you're not spending money because there's no money to spend anywhere,
Except
like
food.
this is exactly. I mean, but this is the time to do it. This is a very critical, very pivotal time in many individuals' lives, business owners that are watching us right now. Call, make sure that you're on a program, see if they have options to these programs, And I don't want to go too deep into this because, like I said, we can talk about this forever because this affects us in every which way. And I mean, it's like oxygen, it affects all of us. But
Yep.
it's very important. Take it from a professional that's calling these people. And yes, I'm on hold for 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get someone. Yes. So don't think it's just you. It's
Yeah.
me too, because there's long hold times. But you know what? Do it for the for your best interest, for your family's best interest, for your credit's best interest. Do it. Make those phone calls. But yes, if you can pay your payments on time, great. If you don't need a deferment, great. If you can be very careful with your debt and your ratios of
Yep.
how much you owe, that's very important. But those are the small tips. I gave you really big ones today, and I gave you the small ones. If you can pay your bills on time, do it. If you can pay it before the due date, do it. If you can't pay it on the due date, it's fine too. But like I said, open up the way of communication with your creditors. It's extremely important. And make sure that they know the situation that you're in, whether you've had a loss of income or anything. It doesn't matter. Honestly, I don't even think it matters what you tell them. At this point, you get directed to the right department and you get the help that you need. So
Right.
that's
No,
that.
that was awesome. Usually I ask our final thoughts. I mean, we can end on that because the value that Pedro has just given us is very, very, very important today. So I appreciate you taking some time out and just dropping major nuggets of information. Time flies when you're having fun. We talked about this, man. Like it's something that is so important today to continue to educate
Yes.
your friends, your family, prospects. I appreciate the time you took today just to, be with us today. And please drop your contact information in this live as well. So those that are on can definitely reach out to you, have a conversation with Pedro, see
Sure.
if you have anything that he's a wealth of, knowledge, knows credit and knows other industries, and is always looking to grow and network. And this is the way to network right now. Have calls, video calls, get on a StreamYard or a Zoom and make things happen. So I definitely appreciate you taking time out. And again, till the next one, we'll definitely continue my lives, and we'll definitely meet in person in the near future.
Sure. And Sean, what I did want to mention too is anyone that's watching live, if you want Sean and I to do this again, please reach out to Sean. Really. Like if you have specific questions and you weren't able to jump on live or you didn't even know about it, let Sean know because this is affecting all of us. So believe it or not, your questions are extremely important. I want to answer your questions. Sean wants to answer your questions for many, many reasons because there's others that have the same question and they forget about it. So if we can all help each other, all of us, no matter
Yep.
where we are in our respective locations, if we can all help each other grow, and that's the most important thing. So if anybody has any questions for me, I'll make sure I drop my information, and we'll take it from there. But I have a feeling, Sean, that we're definitely going to be jumping on another one of these.
Oh yeah. I'm going to give you a pound right now because since we can shake hands, and we'll definitely be in touch. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
I appreciate it, Sean. You too, man. Have a great one. And everybody out there, Stay safe, stay home, and obviously any questions, let us know.
You got it. Thanks, Pedro.
All right, guys. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.